From Wish TV and the All Indiana Podcast Network, this is the Business, Equity, and Opportunities Podcast with Scott Sander.
Welcome to the Business, Equity, and Opportunities Podcast. I'm Scott Sander. On this episode, the Rally Innovation Conference and its partner, INNOPOWER, are offering a unique way for businesses to fuel innovation and empower the next generation. The brainchild of INNOPOWER founder, EMIL EKIYOR.
Every business is unique and has a target audience. If you own or manage a business, Circulus Digital Media can help you connect and grow your customer base with turnkey digital solutions that are nimble, offering best-in-class results, service, and support to reach a bigger customer base, allowing you to pinpoint a specific audience down to the smallest details. Get outside the city, the state, span the globe. Put Circulus Digital Media to work for you. Get started now at circulusdigital.com. That's circulusdigital.com. This is Business, Equity, and Opportunities. This Week in Business.
So, as you know, INNOPOWER is co-hosting Rally this year with Elevate. In the 2 years that we've been part of Rally, we've just seen this amazing environment with entrepreneurs, investors, agencies from all over the world. And we saw so many Hoosiers that wanted to be in that space, but either you just started a business, you couldn't afford to pay the $199 or $400 eventual entry fee. So we wanted to make sure that all Hoosiers have access to the energy and the space that we have downtown at the convention center doing Rally. And so it's creating access. We've seen Hoosiers from rural communities who have great ideas, are innovating, and they need to be in that space. We've seen Hoosiers from here in urban Indianapolis who have ideas, who just want to come talk to somebody or share their ideas with an investor. So they also need to be in that space. So the All Access Funds, it allows our local businesses who sometimes may feel like the cost to sponsor Rally is just too much for them. But for $1,000 now, you could be a sponsor, but not just sponsor and have your logo as part of Rally, but create access for 4 Hoosiers to also be in that space. So this allows all of our small businesses in our city to be part of Rally, but also create access for others, either some of their clients, some of their partners, they know can't afford it, to be in that space as well. Exactly, and one of the things I know Toph talks about is just the intentional collisions that happen, right? When you go to Rally, the first thing you notice is one, the energy, thousands of people in the convention center, but the desire to engage and network and meet new people. That is probably the top thing that happens. So many people leave there either meeting an investor, meeting a potential business partner, but just getting a deal done. So we want to make sure everyone has that access because we don't have too many of those spaces on a daily basis. So as we thought about this and say, how do we do this? But we also, as a Rally, we have a cost, right? There's a cost to do that event. So allowing our small businesses, so if you're a business that's 500K or lower and you want to be a part of Rally, you can be a part of Rally this year. You could be a sponsor, you could pay $1,000, $5K. But for $1,000, you get 4 people in. For $2,000, you get 8, right? And for $5,000, you get 20. So we want to encourage that with our business owners, but we know so many founders, so many young businesses that for 2 years have been trying to get in that space and they're working hard, they just can't give up $150, $199, or $300 to get in. So we want to create access for that. Definitely, so we have some alumni from like Indiana Wesleyan, for example, that says, we want to get Indiana Wesleyan students in. So those alumni are sponsoring to get some of their students in. But you're exactly right? We want to make sure that our students, if you're at Notre Dame or you're at IU or you're at Marion, Butler University or Martin University, Ivy Tech, we know that sometimes you just don't have the money to pay to get into conferences, and sometimes students don't look at conferences as a place to be. But we say Rally is a place to be for students, professionals, entrepreneurs, investors, agencies, and bringing all those people together creates the environment, and we just see so much room to grow that demographic. Founders like Janet with Echo Grain is a great example of founders that we want to get in. What a great venture, great idea, new to Indy, just graduated from Notre Dame, and we want to make sure she's making those connections, she's telling her story, she's meeting investors, she's encouraged about the opportunity to launch her business in Indianapolis because of how fast we could get her connected to things. So that's an example of a founder. EKIYOR is an example of a company that's a new company but has great potential, and Rally can accelerate her growth.
My name is Janet Namtabi, and I'm the co-founder and CEO of EKIYOR, where we do get the distillers grains. It's an ethanol bioproduct, and then we further ferment it to produce jet fuels. A little bit more about myself. I'm a graduate from University of Notre Dame. I did my master's in engineering, science and technology. The program is normally called STEAM, and then that was last year when I graduated from University of Notre Dame, and after that I found it quite wise to continue with my project, because how we started, it was through the competition that was organized by the US Department of Energy, and we were able, together with my team, go through the regional phase where we won 3K, then we went to the National IP Prize in April last year, and then we won 22K. And then after that, it was kind of more clear for me to give it a try other than constantly looking for jobs. So that's how I ended up working on EKIYOR and running through fast. I've been able to work with different partners and then be able to bring me up to this place. That's a good question, because I would start with the connections I made right down from Bloomington in Indy, where I participated in the EMIL Startup Summer Program. And then from that point, I also went in to go to the Generator Give Better program. And throughout those programs, they've helped me build partnerships with the needed organizations that will help me push forward. Like an example, I was able to finalize my IP license terms with Sunday National Lab, and then also be able to secure a partnership with Lawrence Berkeley Lab. And the two labs are really very supportive, because we're now trying to figure out how best we're going to run our pilot. We want to move from the 100-liter scale. We want to be able to scale it up to 200-liter scale, and then also be able to just go beyond not just scaling up, but also optimize the technology. I can definitely guarantee that it's going to push me more. Like, I'll give you an example. Last year, I happened to randomly have a chance to meet the Rally, and the connections that I made in that one day, because it's just one day for me attending the Rally, up to now I still leverage them. So I can't imagine myself being able now fully immersed in the Rally conference for this year, because I believe I will not only build connections, even I build mentors, I get into spaces where I can more showcase what we've been doing, because it's through that you kind of get someone who says, oh, there's actually something I can help you with. I think I can point you to this. Yeah, I really hope it's going to be quite massive for us, especially this year. I would say getting more access to investors, because I want to increase my chances of getting more funding. And because being in a sustainable sector or climate sector with the current administration, you're not sure of what is going to happen next. And then the best way as founders we can do is to put ourselves in spaces where we can even not only leverage government incentives or grants, but also be able to leverage other non-government incentives, or let's say even VC funds. And conferences like the Rally give me that chance.
Our thanks again to all the contributors who joined us for this episode of the Business Equity and Opportunities podcast. We hope you found it enlightening, useful, and inspiring. You'll find more information about the show on our website, BEOshow.com. You can watch Business Equity and Opportunities Sunday mornings at 10 on Wish TV, or live stream it through wishtv.com. Each week we provide 7 full segments with topics ranging from how to get started and how to access capital to the day-to-day running of your business and questions about accounting and bookkeeping. We feature business news and trends and always share a success story from one of our contributors. Join us next time for more insights into the world of small business. Be sure to sign up for our Business Equity and Opportunities newsletter to get even more valuable, up-to-date information. And if you have any questions or you'd like to be part of our show, please email us. The address is beo@wishtv.com. We'd love to hear from you. I'm Scott Sander. Thanks for listening.
Watch the Business Equity and Opportunity Show on Wish TV and access all of our content and share it on demand anytime at BEOshow.com. You can find more podcasts from Wish TV on the All Indiana Podcast Network at allindianapodcastnetwork.com.